Today's client has bunions and hammer toes that cause uncomfortable corns on the bottom of her foot. When toes start to change position, the bones put pressure on areas that cause corns to form. Today you'll learn how to remove the corns from the bottom of the foot and the top of the toe. I also start to share the news of moving our business from Michigan to Arizona with clients. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I do have some news to tell you that you might be a little upset about.
Yes, I can tell already.
We are relocating our Meticulous Manicurist brand to Arizona.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're moving to Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. How did all that come about?
In 8 weeks.
Oh,
Well, lots of things had to fall into place, and lots of things happened to point us in this direction over the years. But the last straw was really, having my father-in-law at my house for the past 8 months.
Right.
It just made us realize that life is too short and that you need to seize the day
Yes,
and
yes.
do it while you can.
Yep, I'm telling my kids that. I don't remember how old I was when I retired. Too old.
Yeah.
But I loved what I was doing until I got transferred into domestic violence, and it was like, that really helped me.
Yeah.
I don't fit here.
Yeah. Yes,
I tell my kids that, travel and do that while your body can do it.
Yes. So with my arthritis and the weather and just everything combined, and we said, okay, this is a possibility. We could make this happen, but in order for it to make it happen, we had a long list of things that involving other people too, that had to make it happen. And then every single thing, it just fell into place.
Wow.
Within, very quickly, very short period of time. So we
That
knew
means,
that it was meant to be.
Meant to be, yeah.
Meant to be.
Yeah. So we're in Arizona.
It's in Surprise. It's just right outside of Phoenix.
Okay. Are your sons moving with you?
They are. My sons and their girlfriends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And my brother and his daughter and another family, another one of our employees.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm. So it's a big
Oh, my gosh.
logistical puzzle.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Oh,
lots
my
of,
goodness.
yeah. Still,
So is your salon going to exist? Are you selling it? What are you doing?
I already sold it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So it'll be a different salon.
Uh-huh. Are any of the employees, like is Janice staying here in the salon, or are they hiring their own employees?
Well, the salon already exists here in town. They're just relocating.
Oh, okay.
So they may have space for them, but there's also another option that we're helping them secure, a position in another location, really, really close. But when we know all of those answers, then we'll tell everybody. So we wouldn't leave you guys without someone to take good care of you, and we want to make sure that the best people are taking care of you.
Right.
I know it's a big shock. We've had the salon for 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
So it's, a big shock for us too. But, when I first started my YouTube channel, a lot of people who weren't looking at it positively asked me, well, what if this and what if that and what if you fail? And I remember saying to them, and what if I don't fail?
Right.
You know, I had every intention of succeeding,
Right.
but a lot of people who aren't in that position, or who aren't, I don't know, who don't try as hard, maybe.
I know
don't
the famous saying is when people say, well, I'm too old to do that.
Right.
And that's, you know, how old will
like-
you be if you don't do it?
Yes, you're never too old to do it.
Right.
So, you know, it's the same philosophy. You know, we are going to, it's a new chapter, new experiences,
Yeah.
and those experiences won't happen unless you do it.
Right.
So,
Well, we moved to outside Washington, D.C. for 14 years. We just came back in 2013. So,
oh wow.
yeah, we were in our 50s when we did that. My husband, you know, switched jobs, and we talk about it. It was just a wonderful experience. Wouldn't want to. I loved where we lived on the East Coast. We lived right outside of Washington, D.C. So, you know, family came to visit, and we had so many neat experiences going, you know, around and visiting different sites, and a lot of hiking right in our neighborhood. But the congestion of the traffic is just horrendous out there. And when we left, the only of our 5 kids that was married, we have a blended family, was my son, who was then living in Taiwan. And they just had their first child, and they came home at Christmas time, and they said it was so hard going back that they made the decision to move back to the States.
Aww.
So, and they moved on to the East Coast too. So, and none of the other kids were married, and while we're out there, they got married, started having children, and so that's what, you know, brought us back. But
Yeah.
the same thing. It was a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So it'll be a fresh start for everybody. We have a lot of business stuff that we're starting, expanding our brand of supplies and
And what about your father-in-law? Is he going too, or?
so when we get situated out there, then we'll transfer him to a memory care facility out there. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is everybody excited, or?
Yeah.
scared, or-
Yeah, everybody's very excited. All the scary stuff is over. You know, it was like looking for houses and all of that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's all taken
yeah.
care of already.
all of the hard parts over. All of
Wow.
the paperwork and the, you know, business transition stuff. All of it. Like I've done all of that already.
So are you gonna have a salon there, or just do a manufacturer, you know, sell your products and your?
So at first, it's going to take us a while to get situated, so not initially. And once I'm finished with all of the introduction of all of the new products, then potentially I won't have employees. I'll just do a small space with just me and one other person. My employee, Mary, she's moving with us.
Wow.
So, and she does facials and waxing and massages,
Right.
skincare. So her and I may have something. I like to be busy. And then I'll just, you know, have a limited schedule, so.
It is amazing.
We're excited. I mean, I'm nervous too.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been my identity for so long. So I've had, you know, my panic attacks in the middle of the night. But I do trust that it is.
Yeah. I mean, when everything comes together like that.
Like, at any turn, somebody could have said no, that's not going to work, or
Right.
you know, but 5 families and 10 people, so
Wow. That's what we were laughing about our move to Maryland, because my husband went with he's a scientist, and he went into administration with the Veterans Association, and we just picked up, we had no idea what we were doing, and going and looking for a place to rent. Had no idea. Even forgot our checkbook.
oh
Had
gosh,
to go and start an account, do the expensive money transfer from our charge card and start an account. And we thought we were renting a house, and we got home, and a few days later, the people that were off the house, we were going to a realtor, and she said they decided to rent to someone who would sign a 3-year contract. And we were not about to sign a 3-year contract. And our house had sold in 4 hours here.
yeah,
So we didn't have no house, no place. We flew into Washington and bought a house in 1 day.
wow,
But again, it was the same thing, and it was a house that just about, it doubled in value. So yeah, so it's just amazing. We were just telling my stepdaughter that the other day. She started a new job. When the way things just worked out, it was like a 1-day thing for her where she got this job. It's like sometimes things just are meant to be.
yeah. People keep asking me if I have sold my house yet, and I don't want to put it on the market because I know my house will sell in 1 day.
Yeah.
And I can't have the pressure of somebody telling me move out of my house.
Right.
You know. But I mean, we've already bought 2 houses and have our warehouse space, and once the warehouse is up and running, I'll put the house on the market. I mean, I can move before I even put the house on the market, because we already bought the houses, and my house is paid off, so it's not like it's not costing me anything to
Right.
keep it.
Yeah, that's what we did too. After that experience of selling our house in 4 hours.
Yeah, I keep walking into my closet in the mornings, and I'm like, I'm gonna miss this closet. I'm gonna miss this bathroom. I'm gonna miss that. All right, straighten all the way out. Yeah, it's hard when you have all of those memories there.
Yeah.
You know, I raised my children in that house.
Okay,
so,
same thing,
you know, they lived there. We lived in our first house for 14 years, and we've lived in our second house for 14 years. So my children had a very stable life, you know.
Corns are caused from pressure, and you can see that they are directly under the hammer toe where the bone has dropped down. She can manage the corns by removing them or opt to have a procedure with a podiatrist to correct the hammer toe, but that is often a last resort if they aren't experiencing a lot of
I
discomfort.
started when we first moved here. I went to the salon across in the Wishes Shopping Center that closed. That I went there for an appointment, and there was a sign on the door.
Yep.
The employees had gone there that day,
Oh my gosh.
and they couldn't get in. There was a foreclosure. I don't know what happened, with the owner, and then I went down to the one on corner of Moon and that. And they had screwed up my appointment a couple times, and we were leaving for Europe, and they said that no, your appointment is tomorrow, not today. And that was a screw because I had switched the appointment, and it was the second time where I had switched appointments, and that time I even said no, I'm switching the appointment. She says, yeah, I just moved it over, and so then I called here, and it was Bruce answered.
Oh.
I think my first manicure was with you.
Yep.
So that's how I've been, coming here ever since. salts last week on my leg.
Oh, good.
My husband took a shower afterwards. He said, "What did you use in the shower?" And I even tried, make sure that I tried it when I washed, the soap kind of dissolved it. He said, "It's really slippery in there." It's very oily compared to this. It was an Arbonne.
I can go back in the water.
Was Arizona someplace you had visited before?
Yeah, we've been vacationing there for about the past 4 or 5 years. And it's just always beautiful and always sunny. We can be outside all year round. And after being in the house all winter with Henry, it's like, I just can't imagine another winter here in Michigan. It was like I have PTSD or something. Like you can't make me. I thought you can't. There's no way.
And he was doing a little bit of research on the amount of sun days in Arizona versus Michigan. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, the internet does not tell the truth because, like, this morning it thunderstormed and the sun peeked out for a little bit and now it's going to be cloudy again. I'm sure they counted that as a day of sunshine.
Did they?
It says, oh, there's 150 days of sunshine in Michigan. No, there's not. 100 of those days you're counting winter time. Because, yep, it sure is. The sun does shine in the winter. But it's just not the same.
We have a porch that was half screened and half windows, bottom half was windows. And about 3 years ago, we had the whole thing where it's windows, and when you open them, it slides where it's screen on top and screen on the bottom. And when we moved there, what we did is we put plastic on the screen so that in the wintertime snow didn't come on the porch. Well, what we learned on a sunny day, we could sit out there in jackets. Well, now since we did the windows, total windows, there's times in March we've had dinner out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we face south, and so it has to be a sunny day. But boy, it really made life a difference.
Wherever you're watching from, I hope you're having a sunny day. Today, I'm feeling very grateful and thankful, and I'm processing a phone call I got from someone in Memphis, Tennessee. Now that we moved to Arizona, I work from home during the week editing videos, and I see my clients on the weekends, and I do get to interact with all of you in the comments, but it's a weird feeling not being able to talk face-to-face with people who are inspired by my content. And I was so happy talking with her. She revalidated my purpose to help the public and other professionals with products and techniques. She was actually inspired to get her cosmetology license reinstated so she could help people by giving pedicures, something that she never thought that she'd be able to do, but after taking care of her husband, who sadly passed away from cancer last year, she knew that she wanted to help more people. And I'm just so grateful for the people who have joined my network and who are committed to this specialty niche of pedicures. It's such a rewarding career, and I just love helping people, and I'm so grateful to all of you who just like to watch. Without you, I wouldn't be able to make this possible. So thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it.
October 4th. It's hard to believe that September is this week, starts this week.
I know.
If a corn has started to develop on the top of your toe, it is so important to keep it reduced, or it will hit the top of your shoe and create even more pressure and make the corn even worse. You can keep our stainless steel nail file right in the shower with you. You don't need to use the foot file. You can just use the regular stainless steel nail file. So you can file it at least once a week just to keep it small. You will need to remove that hard seed that forms in the center every now and then as well. And I'm going to show you how to use the nippers to do that in just a minute. After you remove the surface buildup that's mostly turned white, I'm going to try to use terminology that you'll understand. I know I've been doing this a long time, and so my trained eye, looking at the different colors of skin and knowing what's a calloused area and what's not, I know it might be hard for you at home, but it's totally safe to remove any hard calloused skin that's in the center. There's going to be a really hard seed that has formed inside here. So if you're doing this on yourself, just go slow. Don't go super deep at first because you do not want to get into any live tissue. And if you're doing this in the salon, the same goes for you. You're going to be able to tell what is the hard yellow skin. If you can't, then put a little bit more callus remover or even cuticle remover on it because it will dissolve the non-living tissue. You never want to use the nippers to push into living tissue, and you always want to make sure that you're not going to cause any additional injury to the skin. And I'm going to remove more of that corn on the top of her toe after the foot comes out of the water for the second time. Your goal is to alleviate the pressure caused from the corn. You could see when I squeezed that a little bit, all of that inside tissue, you could see that it was yellow and that it's not pink. When it's pink, you know that there's blood flow moving in it and you don't want to press the nippers into that living tissue. So I'm just going to remove that little hard corn. A lot of it also, you're going to be using your third eye, which is your fingers, to feel and see if that skin is actually still hard. So just removing that little center core is going to cause tremendous relief, and then just file any rough edges around that hard core that you removed. No one likes walking around feeling like they're stepping on a little stone. And earlier I said that this is something that's just going to have to be managed unless she decides to get the hammer toe surgery to correct that bone that has dropped down and is pressing on that area on her foot. A lot of nail technicians are worried to remove that calloused area or that little center thing because they think that it's out of scope of their practice, but it's not. As long as it's in the calloused area, you can completely be safe to remove that. You're not using a blade, you're not using a scalpel, so you are still completely operating within your scope of practice, and you're going to help a lot of clients. I also want to remind any professionals watching to sign up for your PRO, P-R-O, period, the meticulousmanicurist.com account. With licensed professionals, you can get discounts off of all of the Meticulous Manicurist supplies, so you'll want to set up an account on that website.
be so busy and everything that you won't even miss.
Oh, I know. I'll miss it. Like I love doing it.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
Like I look forward to coming to work every single day.
I love having you work on your feet.
Aw.
I was thinking about that, you know, as I'm shaving my legs, and it's like, oh, she works on these old lady feet
Aw.
and legs.
I love your feet. Okay, you can put those back in the water.
Make sure I didn't fall asleep.
So how old were you when the doctor told you that there was nothing that they could do about this?
I had to be in my 30s.
Your 30s. Oh my gosh.
Maybe late 30s.
Well, at least now you can walk without pain down there.
Yes, yes. I mean, the first time you did that, it was like, oh my gosh, I am walking without pain. That was so amazing. Because I would put like the callus remover on it, and then, you know, I'd pull out the thing, or sometimes I would even just pick at it and, you know, pull
Right.
it out, and then it would be okay for a while. And
All right, I'll take.
Remember, slow and steady wins the race. You want to go gently, not super deep, and when you get a little area pulled up, you can even peel it, and then you'll be able to see the edges of that little hard core. And if you are doubting yourself, you can always use the electric file just to buff away any of that excess skin so you can determine if there's any more of that hard core still left in the center.
Might be the last chance I get to video your feet. Don't you wonder how many other people are out there in the world who have been told that there isn't anything that they can do about those things, and they've been walking around in pain for years and years and years and years?
Yeah.
We can teach
That and other things too.
people how to get rid of them. Be pain-free.
When I see one of my granddaughters have on, pointed toe shoes.
Please take those off.
I was like, oh, and they have high heels, pointed toes, and you used to suffer. Your feet would be sore.
Yeah. High heels should only be open-toed, so there's no squishing involved.
It's five in the front, yeah. Hardly wait till you take off your shoes. It's like, now if I would hardly would take off my shoes, it's usually because my feet are hot or something.
Right. Bend that knee. Get your shoes on.
So were you taught this, or did you figure it out, or your techniques?
I developed my own techniques. That's why I have my online nail academy to teach other nail technicians my techniques, because nail school's job is to teach people the basics, anatomy, chemicals, patron protection, disease control, some simple techniques. But the majority of the population has issues. And I heard story after story after story about trying to get help from this place or that place or this doctor or that doctor, and doctors don't do that. They aren't trained in nail care.
Right.
Some podiatrists do like basic essential nail care, something that they can, if somebody has a health issue, their insurance will cover it like so many weeks or whatever, but for the most part,
it's not covered.
And they just aren't getting help. Come out here, little cutie.
Pardon?
I was talking to your pinky.
Oh.
I said, come out here, little cutie. Hiding.
The before and after photos are coming right up.
Usually don't you do orange?
I was just thinking that you were embracing the September 1st with the fall.
Yes, yes, exactly. That was my thought.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you don't have any questions, just send me a hello or a wave emoji, or tell me something that you learned today that you didn't already know. I hope you enjoyed the before and after photos, and remember, you can find all of the supplies you see me use by clicking on the product link in the lower left of the video or on meticulousmanicurist.com. I hope you all have a sunny day, and I'll see you next time.